behalf of the industry, EEMA, I welcome you all, especially the journalists, reporters, YouTubers, influencers. Event industry now, I think, had 2-3 interesting questions, so I'll start off with that itself. Sir, how many events everyone does and does the event manager do? Sir, every time the media is standing there with a camera, there's an event manager behind you. So most of the press meets are also done by event managers. If you look at the count for every celebration, we are there. So event industry, we also call ourselves as happiness industry. எங்க நல்லது நடந்தாலும் நாங்க இருப்போம். So இது மாதிரி ஒரு industry இருக்குன்னு we wanted to tell the entire world. இந்த industry இவ்வளோ ஸ்ட்ராங்காக இருக்குது, இவ்வளோ பெருசாக இருக்குன்னு சொல்கிறதுக்கு we want all your support. அதுக்கு தான் இந்த மீடியா மீட். ஒரு சின்ன எக்ஸாம்பிள், இங்கே ஒரு சின்ன ஃபோம் போர்டு இருக்குது சார். இந்த ஃபோம் போர்டு அட் வாட் சைஸ், வாட் ஷுட் பி த ஷேப் பார்க்கறதுக்கு ஒரு ஆள் இங்கே வந்திருப்பார். One guy has designed it, one guy has printed it, one guy has mounted it on a foam board, one guy has transported it, one person has fabricated, and one more person will come to remove it, take it in the same transport bag. For a foam board, about 8 to 10 hands and more than 6 brains working on a small foam board. Look at that LED there. You have electricians, you have operators. So we have a huge industry. I think how huge, we have someone very special who's going to explain how huge this industry and what this industry can get to Tamil Nadu. And Chennai, Chennai is totally different. We have the best of resorts, the best of properties, and thanks to the Gen Z, lots of event companies have come here. So we also have an ambition of making Chennai as one of the gateway of event industry. South Lavandi, we want more number of events to come. That's the reason we requested the NEC, Mr. President is here, to get Imagine here, and this is the first time. EEMA is 18 years old. This is the first time Imagine is happening in Chennai city. What Imagine gets is ரொம்ப simple. ஒரு 850 event manager இங்கே வந்து 3 நாள் இருக்க போகிறாங்க. They're going to see the entire city, entire landscape. We also want to tell the event industry that எங்கள் ஊரில் வந்து we have the best of sound, best of infra, best of artists, best of singers. இதெல்லாம் இருக்குன்னு we are going to showcase. All the Chennai event managers, all the South Indian event managers, we are going to showcase what all we have in Chennai city so that it's very comfortable for the event managers across the globe to come here and do an event in a plug and play format. Okay. In the Imagine வந்து announce பண்ணுறதுக்கு we wanted one special speech by our president, Mr. Samit. Then we were thinking, how do we launch Imagine in Chennai? We were looking at various venues. Then we thought, why don't we use this? Just imagine how, I think I'm on top of the world. I'm standing on the same stage where Mahatma Gandhi addressed, where Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, Swami Vivekananda, and Subramania Bharatiyar, they have addressed Chennai from the same stage. So we want to make use of this stage to announce, to tell the whole world that Imagine is happening in Chennai. And the special speech by Samit, sir, we can't give you a better stage than this in South, sir. So I'm all eager to hear about the speech. Thank you all, and next, I think we'll have a speech by Samit. Our English and Hindi place for any doubts later, I will come. We'll also have, we'll take questions. Thank you.
Significantly contributes to employment, tourism, and economic growth. Beyond that, he's just a passionate advocate for everything wonderful that India has to offer and brand Bharat. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together and join me in welcoming our president of EEMA to the stage, Mr. Samit Garg.
And as a matter of fact, none of the South Indian languages. I just know Hindi and English, so you will have to please bear with me. And if there are any interpretations that are required, I'm happy to kind of seek assistance and help from my friends. They are here in a plenty who can possibly translate if there is anything which I have not been able to communicate before you effectively. So at the onset, thank you so very much for sparing time, for understanding the importance of what this means for us and the industry, and making yourselves available with us today, this afternoon. आप सभी लोगों का बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया. Thank you. So please give it out for your own selves, my colleagues. A big round of applause for everybody. Representing the media in different ways. I am sure there is television, I'm sure there is print, I'm sure there are tabloids, there is a phenomenal representation that I've been told also comes from the social, which has become an integral part of anything that goes out in the form of news. News से एक बात मुझे ध्यान आती है. So we as people who belong to the live events and the experiences sector, all of us, in some way or the other, are storytellers, because that is what our business is. And I see there a lot of similarity between what all of you do and what we do, because you also carry stories. Maybe you carry stories and tell the stories in a manner which is slightly different in the way we carry and tell stories, but there is something that, actually makes us go hand in hand. So anything and everything that we end up doing, which has a message to be communicated, it is incomplete without your cooperation. It is incomplete without your story. My friend, my partner in crime, DV actually gave a fantastic analogy of the sunboard. That one small element which is, and many small elements like this that end up creating a large event, there are so many hands that are involved in the transition. So imagine the kind of employment that the industry is generating. And before my friend Siddharth Ganeriwala, we lovingly call him as Sid G, before he comes and talks about what Imagine 2026 is going to entail in terms of its agenda, I wanted to use 10 minutes of your time to give you a sense of what the industry is, why is the industry relevant, and how is the industry economically contributing to the economic ecosystem of our country. This is something that you may have heard many times over the last year and a half to two. The nation at large has started to understand the importance of the experience economy. Orange economy, creative economy are all parallel terms that are used for the business and the industry that we represent. And it is now also understood and is very vehemently spoken about that we are shifting from just being a service-led or a service-based economy to an experientially led economic system nationally. Live events today are not pure play of entertainment. They've actually become a very important part of the economic infrastructure of the nation. And we know it, the building of convention centers, the strengthening of infrastructure in terms of roads, the implementation programs to revitalize airports, to enable connectivity, more hotel rooms being added to cities, new facilities for public congregations being built. All of this is not just about ticket sales. There are various layers that get involved in making this happen. And as I said in the last part of this page, it's no longer just about roads, ports, and telecommunication. It's now about how India tells its story. And you will realize, and if you look back the last 10 to 12 years, I think all of us have recognized the fact that even the government, for everything that is relevant and important that they want to do today, that they are doing today, is using the services of somebody like us sitting in this room. Because the government has also understood the importance of how the story really needs to be told. The experience economy, is playing different roles in different ways. So, behavior. In the last 5 to 7 years, we've realized that the ticketed concert system in our country is booming. anything which is live entertainment happens in different parts of the country is almost going sold out. So the behavior of the people has changed in terms of consumption. All of this also helps strengthen the overall business that accrues to tourism. There is a shift in the cultural outlook of people. And it's not just about international artists coming into India or a Rahman playing a stadium and selling out a stadium. There are so many other things that are happening parallelly. There is theatre. Look at NMACC. They basically do culture. And every show practically that they do in the country is a sellout show. So the cultural aspect or the ability, the interest level that the younger generation, along with people like us today, has in embracing entertainment that roots from culture has also risen. The economies of cities have changed. And there's a reference that most of us must have, gone through in the last 2 years when Coldplay happened in Ahmedabad. The numbers were astonishing. 650 crores thereabouts was the overall economic impact of them coming to India. Businesses, their new business opportunities, as again, going back to this analogy, so there is a transport system that you are enabling, there is a printing system that you are enabling, there is a design system that you are enabling. There are so many businesses that are stemming out of the larger opportunities that events are creating. And all of this is also leading, because of its impact, because of the vastness of what this deals with, is also leading to conversations in corridors of policy. Because we as EEMA, we as an industry, allied with various other industry bodies operating in similar positions, are now able to speak to the government to enable policy so that it helps in progress of the industry at large. So today, we were discussing with our team, what is it that we can share with our friends from media in terms of numbers. And these are measured numbers as of end of 2024. Comprehensively, across all sectors of the events and the live entertainment business, India is about 32 or was about, and these $32 billion is actually now looking at becoming approximately $60 billion by 2030. So we're practically talking of doubling the size of the economic impact of the live events and experiences business. And this is something interesting, which I think has already started to play its play and will have a greater impact in terms of how the business moves in due course of time. 18% of the global population, 18% of the global population lives in India. India contributes about 4% to the global GDP. But our contribution to the global experience economic system is in the vicinity of 2%. Extremely debatable. Some people in some reports say 3, some reports say 3.5. But imagine the upside that is available. With India representing 18% of the global population, we only have a 2 to 4% share in the global experience economy. So that is the window that we have. We are already representing an industry which is multiple lakhs of crores. Measures that we've done in the past 2-3 years, the wedding business in the country, and while the money controls and various insiders, etc., have said that the size of the wedding business in the country is 4 lakhs, 5 lakhs, 7 lakh crores, approximately 20 to 25% of that business opportunity comes to an event manager. So basis that, we do approximately 1,25,000 crores worth of wedding business. Then the government events, sports, live entertainment, MICE, corporate events, everything put together is a number that is approximately 2 lakh crores. So there is a 3.25 lakh crores of business opportunity, which is already a part of this economic engine or a part of this system. And we support, we create more than 1 crore jobs. And this is a number which is not hypothetical. It has been measured with the help of various allied associations like an FHRAI or like a Tenting Association of India and various others who end up supporting our business. This is interesting again here. The experience economy globally is growing at about 8%. But the experience economy in India is growing between 16 to 18% year on year. This is a clear exhibition of the fact that we are those, as they say, the new countries on this block. The opportunity for a new nation to grow is obviously many times more the opportunity that an established nation has. So this is something that we really need to bear in mind. And as I said, the events business or incremental events business does not only support live entertainment or events per se, it ends up supporting all of these allied sectors. So a large event ends up promoting hospitality. Any guesses that imagine 2026 that is going to happen in Chennai? If there's a corporate or a brand that was to spend money to make Imagine 2026 happen, any guesses in the audience, what would that amount be? Come on, say it. 50 crores. 20 to 25 crores. Any other guess? Ragini? Easily, Imagine 2026 will end up creating a GDP around itself in terms of market values, definitely in excess of 20 crores of rupees. Imagine 800 people flying in here. Imagine the number of room nights that are going to get consumed. Imagine the number of cars that are going to be deployed on ground. We as it is are using 2 outdoor venues to do shuffling. We are going to be using transport to get people from the airport and return. The food and beverage. Many people will find of time to go shopping, to pick up souvenirs, or somebody will go and buy saris. The logistics of all other kinds, hospitality teams, airport missions, licensing, production. All of this is a part of the entire production ecosystem in the events business. The podium, the light sound, the LED, technology. We know what is happening. Every day seems like a yesterday tomorrow. And all of this put together also enables tourism. Many people who will visit Chennai, see Chennai for the first time, may go back impressed and say that, boss, I'm going to come back to the city with my family for a holiday. So this is what the live events business does in terms of its multiplier effect. And this is something that we'd already spoken of some time back. 2025 alone recorded more than 34,000 live events across the country. Coldplay, that actually got our Honorable Prime Minister to formally start recognizing the experience economy, did a report which was done by, I think, Book My Show, along with one financial newspaper, said that the economic impact of that singular event in India was about 641 crores. And the spending and consumption pattern of the Gen Z has changed the dynamics of how this business is exploding. We thus are a catalyst for change because we know what is going to come with the emphasis on tourism, with the emphasis on MICE, with the emphasis on betterment of infrastructure. Only more and more people are going to be coming to India, and we need to prepare ourselves for that. Something about EEMA that I must share with all of you, and it's relevant. We play a very important role, and what we've written here is single largest both ways. Single largest both ways meaning that the government of India today is the single largest spender on events in the country. They tender out event opportunities of almost 67,000 crores as of financial year 25-26. More than 3,000 tenders across different categories of events were published by the government, and they spent 67,000 crores of rupees there. But we also are the single largest body in the country. Along with our network of partner associations through something which is called Korea, which is the Congress of Regional Event Associations, EEMA today collectively represents the interest of more than 4,000 organized event companies across the country. And how this helps is because now we are able to talk numbers. In practically every important government conversation where events are being discussed, EEMA has a chair. Thus, we are able to influence conversations, we are able to submit ideas, we are able to share stages with them, and make the government understand what the requirement of development and new infrastructure is. This is extremely important. I'm not very sure whether officially through government channels this has yet reached Tamil Nadu or not. Devi, would you have any idea? So last year, at the instructions of the Honorable Prime Minister, the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting set up an exclusive cell which is called LEDC. It is the Live Events Development Council. And LEDC is working nationally to ensure that there is a single window clearance system, permissions are enabled, uniformity of policy for different kinds of events are provided by states in a single umbrella in a uniform manner. So there are 9 central ministries currently working across 6 states with 12 stakeholders to make sure that LEDC universally becomes acceptable across the length and breadth of India. And while we are supporting 10 million jobs already, it is anticipated that over the next 5 years, this number will double. As I said, we are the largest celebration economy because the way weddings happen in India, they really don't happen anywhere else in the world. While the number of weddings that happen in the US is more because in one lifetime, people get married thrice on an average. Here, unfortunately, that is not the case. So, but we are very, very big here. And now there is also focus that the government is giving on inviting foreigners to come into India to get married. So this was something which got initiated by EEMA through a Wedding in India policy that we created with Deloitte and submitted to the Honorable Tourism Minister's office, on which, or basis which the Honorable Prime Minister started talking about wedding tourism in the country. And this is something important for anybody who's actually interested in policy, who's interested in talking about economics and mathematics related to our industry. At Imagine 2026, this is a new report that we are going to be releasing. It is being co-produced with the KPMG and MasterCard, which is the first ever released report of socio-economic impact of the events business in the country. We didn't just pick up a city randomly. While DV made a mention that there was enough conversation last year when we were concluding Imagine 2025 in Rajasthan, why has the event, which is our national flagship event, come to Chennai? Because Chennai or Tamil Nadu itself has some very strong cognizance in terms of heritage, in terms of culture, in terms of the number of people that stay here, and these numbers are clearly visible here. 286 domestic tourist visits, 286 million, top of the chart as far as national measure is concerned, recorded last year. Number 1 for tourist arrivals, largely led by temple tourism, but still is extremely critical and important. Tamil cinemas, the industry, and in the north I would say that, as a matter of fact, Bollywood has taken a lot of inspiration in scaling up production. All of that started here. With the Bahubalis and the other films in those days is how scaling up of cinema at large, and it's extremely integral to Indian culture because the way it carries our stories internationally to other parts of the world has a lot of important role to play. More than 2,500 crores of rupees has been contributed by cinema that has emerged from Tamil Nadu, and everybody knows that economically we are the most advanced state in the country. So give yourselves a huge round of applause for that as well. Tamil Nadu, these are numbers that I picked up from various government gazettes, is trying to work along the next 5-year plan of multiplying its GDP and taking it to approximately 1 trillion from a current number of less than half. So this is the guts, this is the spirit of enthusiasm, this is the futuristic approach that we as an events industry also need. So these are all various reasons for us for having selected Chennai, for having selected Tamil Nadu as a destination. And Before I close, some things that are important, and these communicate our sentiment in the right and the best possible way, is that we want to make sure that India, today, tomorrow, in times to come, becomes the stage for the world. We want people to start coming to India to consume weddings, organize weddings. We want to make sure that we become the largest entertainment system, at least in Asia. The infrastructure that Singapore, Dubai, Bangkok, Hong Kong, and many other places have in the Asian subcontinent is X number of times more and better than what our country has. But work along those lines has already started. We want to make sure that we are also the immersive cultural capital, because the kind of culture, the quantum of mythology, the landscape of this is endless. I don't think so there is any single person in this room, irrespective of the age, who has seen in complete, what should I say, dimensions, even a singular state in India. Forget the total congregation of the X number of states and the Y number of union territories. We want to make sure that we also become a preferred destination for international conventions. The Yashobhumis, the Bharat Mandapams, the Geo Convention Centers, and many others that are still in the process of being developed, is actually now making sure that we are at par with international infrastructure that is available in other parts of the world for all of these things. और देखिए, जुगाड़ में हमको कोई बीट नहीं कर सकता, but if that adaptability, if that spirit, if that knowledge is conjoined with proper learning, methodology, then I see no reason why we cannot lead the experience design and the innovation aspect, because we are great storytellers. The kind of work that we continue to do, the way we exhibit ourselves to people who come to India to consume different kinds of stories and entertainment, is phenomenal and at par with anywhere else in the world. So the future belongs to those who create unforgettable experiences, and all my friends sitting in this room, all my friends and partners, all our friends and partners who are going to be contributing to making Imagine 2026 successful at the end of the day, are all experience creators. So this congregation of 700 to 800 people, when all the think tanks of the nation come together to chart the future progress and growth of our industry, is what is going to eventually help us take things forward. So thank you so very much for being here once again with all of us, and we will require or continue to require your support while the Imagine as a convention happens in its physicality 7th, 8th, 9th of August at ITC Chola. Thank you so very much.
Moving on to what Imagine is all about and what we are going to be doing there, I'm just going to run you through the plan and the speakers and the purpose of the event. As we've been mentioning, it is on 7th, 8th, 9th of August. The main convention venue is going to be the ITC Grand Chola, and we are expecting around 800 odd people from across the country and the world to participate. Just in the afternoon, we had some of our members meet the Honorable Tourism Minister of Tamil Nadu, and he has graciously consented to be part of the inaugural ceremony of the event. So I think this is the first time the new government is going to be participating in an event like this. And we are hoping to have other bureaucrats and government officials from nationally to attend the event. Apart from that, we have keynote speakers. We have Mr. Matthew, who's coming in from London, well-known storyteller. So he's going to be talking to us what's happening in the world. Then we have Katrina. She's from Toronto. I'm specifically talking about these names. It may not have too much relevance with a few people in the audience, but just to give you a global perspective, that we have speakers coming in from Toronto, Canada. They are coming in from London. We have speakers coming in from Dubai. So this is just not a local regional event, not a national event, but truly an international event. We have, speakers coming in from the TVS group. to talk about how the development of events has been an important piece for their own history. We have Mithun Sacheti, from the founder of Carrot Lane, as one of our speakers. We have Vikas Chawla, who's probably leading one of India's fastest digital businesses, as a speaker. And we have, Shreya Bajaj, who's an AI expert, talking about it. In terms of the topics itself, we are going to be covering a very diverse audience because, as Samit said, the event and experiential industry is just not events as we all know it. It encompasses live events, which is the ticketed shows as we talk about. It includes government events that we all are part of in many ways that we see. Sporting events, plus corporate events, and of course weddings and a few other categories of events which may be not knowledgeable for the audience but for us. And we are going to be covering topics like scalability of the business. We are seeing that the industry has potential to be a $50 billion industry. So we want to be talking to our members that the opportunity over here is to grow and how they can grow. The topics are going to be about scalability. It's going to be about succession planning because the industry is still new in its own sense. I still call it a sunrise industry, even though we say it's 30 years, in terms of an industry age. But for me, I still call it a sunrise industry. So we have a lot of first-time entrepreneurs, founders participating in these events. And the idea is how do we get them to really think big. So the topics, like I mentioned, are succession planning. They are going to be on building scale. We have folks coming in to talk about the opportunity in the sports segment. As you know, India has been awarded to host the Commonwealth Games in 2030. And we potentially and hopefully will be hosting the Olympics in our country in 2036. The bid is on its way. So we will be having speakers talking about opportunities in that segment too. We all today realize that the government, from the Honorable Prime Minister to various state governments, are doing investor meets plus various other tourism events. And we will be having folks specifically talking about how do you work with the government, how do you utilize the growth of the country itself to participate in such events. So that's the broad scale of events that we are, topics that we are going to be having. That's going to be the kind of speakers that we are going to be having. And we would definitely love the fact that if you can cover this out, because it's important for the government, not only for our state, but the government of other states to recognize the potential of this industry. And we look forward to your participation and your coverage. So that's what this is all about. Thank you for your time. I'm sure we have... and of course, we have... thank you, Samit. And of course, we have our own Oscars, that we call it the EEMA Awards. This is a recognition for the industry, where we have EY, the Ernst & Young has the audit partners. So it's a completely transparent process where members who have participated in various events across 46 categories, if I remember right, can send in their entries, and we have had 1,000+ entries so far for vying for various categories, which could be government-led events, it could be corporate launch events, it could be innovative press events. We are seeing a large segment of film promos which are happening, concerts. So these awards are going to be also taking place on the 9th of August. And that's what the agenda for the 3 days is. So thank you all and appreciate your time over here. Saitya, back to you.
The global population and the availability of disposable income with the economic progress of our nation, all of these are factors that keep us ahead in the growth curve compared to the other countries. However, the total value of businesses that they do there is higher than that of ours. But the conversation here was about the pace at which we are growing. So thus we are ahead of them.
Second question, so you have got so many verticals, around 6, 7 verticals in this industry. Which vertical contributes more to this, your industry, sir? Wedding, hospitality?
So for now, it is very clearly weddings. It contributes, I think, approximately 35 to 38% of the entire experience economy ecosystem. The others, I think the second largest sector would be corporate events, followed by government, followed by sports, followed by MICE.
Last question, sir. This coming convention, will be discussing on the policy decisions, something like that?
See, what we do in this convention is we brainstorm on the propositions that we want to move with the government. So we do have our round tables, we do kind of do conversations on stage, on panels, in terms of what is it that is required to move forward for the collective growth. And once we achieve a certain consensus on those points, is then when we take those points forward to the respective ministry. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Sir.
Yeah, good evening. How about the event in 7th and 8th? There is going to be have a corporate participation in that event. Have you invited any corporates for that particular event?
Hi. So we do have corporates participating in terms of speakers and panelists, and of course, this is a registration-based system. So we are expecting corporates to participate in numbers, and the purpose of, like what Samit said, the economy is growing at a rapid pace, and the event industry by itself is accelerating more than what the economy itself is going, because it's like I called it still a sunrise industry. So we will have participation from corporate houses, both as panelists and as delegates. And we will also be having participation from government officers in this event.
And again, is an event and entertainment industry, you have any idea of inviting celebrities for this event?
Yes, we do have entertainment portions in the evening. So we are in touch with a lot of artists for performances, and even during the conferences, we are in dialogues with a few of these people to participate. We are still awaiting confirmation from them. As you would know, the celebrities confirm 24, 48, sometimes 36 hours earlier. So we are in touch, and we will have a plethora of celebrities participating in the event as panelists for the performances, as well as during the awards night itself.
And this 7 and 8 is supposed to be a paid event, and how is this event all about, the agenda and everything?
The agenda I had mentioned to you broadly, the topics. In terms of registration, there are different categories for registration. One is for the membership, the EEMA members itself, the association members itself. There is 33,000 plus taxes, which is including of stay at the ITC Grand Chola for 3 days. Apart from that, we have Korea, like what Samit mentioned. These are regional associations across the country. So for their members, there is a separate price point. Apart from that, we have a lot of other categories of members. So they have registration processes at different price points. And of course, it's an open registration format. So if you go up to the website, you will have more details over there to participate. Samit?
I just want to add to two of your points. We are a non-profit organization. So Imagines and any other convention that EEMA organizes is not for profit. So pricing is mostly subsidized. If you will refer back, I did ask a question. What do you think would be the market value of this convention if everything was to be procured at market prices? That number, which was 20 crores, actually comes down to approximately 25%, because everybody volunteers to contribute. We would like to applaud most of our sponsors in terms of infrastructure, technology, content, entertainers, MCs, because everybody comes together to make sure that the industry gets benefited, so nobody takes market value. And thus, the pricing mechanism that Siddharth has just mentioned is actually very, very subsidized, because it just covers the direct costs. So that was one thing that I wanted to add. The other was your question on corporate participation. While whatever Siddharth said is bang on, but there is also participation of corporates that happens with Imagine in a different way before Imagine happens. So our EMAX Awards is about 47 or 48 jury members. And most of those jury members are senior bigwigs from the corporate world. So the 700 or 1,000 nominations and award entries that come in, they actually go through the eyes and desks of different corporate houses. So that is also an effective engagement, may be indirect though.
Thank you, sir. Anyone else? இதுக்கப்புறம் தமிழில் செப்பரேட்டாக நாங்கள் பேசுகிறோம் சார் வீடியோக்கு. That's not a problem. Thank you. I think Sahitya, over to you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's an absolute honor and privilege to be delivering the vote of thanks on behalf of the EEMA Organizing Committee today. Imagine hosting one of the largest events and entertainment events in Chennai. Imagine hosting the press meet in one of Chennai's most iconic venues. Imagine hosting 1,000 event managers in Chennai next month. Imagine your beauty. You're already making every dream of ours come true. Welcome to Tamil Nadu. So, இங்கே கூடியிருக்கும் பத்திரிகை மற்றும் ஊடக நண்பர்களுக்கு எங்களுடைய மனமார்ந்த நன்றியை தெரிவித்துக் கொள்கிறேன். வினோத் சார், சமித் சார், சித்தார்த் சார் ரொம்ப அழகாக எங்களோட இண்டஸ்ட்ரி பற்றி உங்ககிட்ட சொன்னாங்க. யூ ஆர் ஆர் ஸ்டோரி டெல்லர்ஸ், யூ பிரிட்ஜ் ஆர் விஷன் டு த பப்ளிக். நான் எங்கே போனாலும் ஒன்று சொல்லுவேன், ஒரு படம் எடுக்கிறோம், ஒரு 3 hour ஃபில்ம் எடுக்கிறோம். எவ்ரி ஒன் இஸ் ஸோ ஆஸ்ட்ரக் பை த ஸ்டார்டம். எங்கே போனாலும் ஆக்ட்ரஸஸ்க்கு அவ்வளோ பாப்புலாரிட்டி, அவ்வளோ வெல்கம் இருக்குது. அந்த ஒரு 3 hour என்டர்டெயின்மெண்ட் டெலிவர் பண்ணுறதுக்கு they have a time limit of 1 year or 2 years or more. They have crores of budgets. They have unions, lots and lots of people, junior artists, technicians for support. They have enough and more retakes, pre-production, post-production, dubbing, editing. நினச்ச மாதிரி கதையை மாற்றலாம், திரும்பி பண்ணலாம். ரிலீஸ் வரைக்கும் அவங்க எவ்வளோ வேணால் அந்த படத்துக்கு ஒர்க் பண்ணலாம். பட் இதெல்லாம் முடிச்சுட்டு அவ்வளோ காசு, அவ்வளோ சலுகைகள் வச்சுட்டு அவங்க ஒரு 3 hour என்டர்டெயின்மெண்ட் நம்ம எல்லாருக்கும் கொடுக்குறாங்க. பட் எங்கள் ஈவெண்ட் இண்டஸ்ட்ரியில் இவ்வளோ பட்ஜெட்ஸ் கிடையாது, இவ்வளோ டைம் கிடையாது, இவ்வளோ லக்ஸுரிஸ் கிடையாது. நோ கட்ஸ், நோ ரீடேக்ஸ், தெர் ஆர் நோ செகண்ட் சான்சஸ். We simply have to deliver what we've planned and orchestrated without any mistakes for all of you. That's the industry that I represent today. எங்களோட இந்த இண்டஸ்ட்ரி பற்றின நிறையா விஷயங்கள் 3 பேருமே உங்களுக்கு அழகாக சொன்னாங்க. And I really look forward to the coverage and also look forward to welcoming you to our main event very soon. Having said that, எங்களோட behind the scenes super heroes, எங்களோட எந்த ஈவெண்ட்டுமே ஒரு நல்ல டீம் இல்லாமல், நம்ம யாரோட எந்த ஈவெண்ட்டுமே ஒரு நல்ல டீம் இல்லாமல் நடக்கவே முடியாது. அந்த மாதிரி இந்த ஈவெண்ட்டுக்கு சப்போர்ட் பண்ண எங்களோட இண்டஸ்ட்ரி பார்ட்னர்ஸ், a heart full of gratitude to all of you today. Beyond Vimal, our fabrication partner, thank you so much for your support. Kamal, who's partnered for LED, sound and lights, thank you so much. Matthew sir from Impress Decor, who's given our furniture and tent. Vinod, our photography and videography partner. Shakti and Praveen from Torque Events. Thank you so much for being part of us, for standing for all of us and supporting this event. Thank you for making it very seamless. And thanks to our honorable dignitaries who've thrown so much of light to all of us. Having been part of the industry for quite a while now, every slide was a great learning for me. And every slide made me love my profession a little more. Thank you so much for all the effort.